Hey everybody, it's Doug Green and I'm the publisher of Technology Reseller News, and I'm with Jeff Pulver of the vCon Foundation. Jeff, thank you for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
So we're here again. 1, 2, 3. I can't even keep the number of shows so far. We're in the middle of April that we've done this and done this again.
Yes, well, today we're at Channel Partners. We're in Las Vegas. It's the end of day one. If this is a day one, I can't really figure that out. If you've been to Channel Partners, you understand exactly what I'm talking about. Does the show really start on a Monday, or is it really a Tuesday show?
Well, this is a show with a soft opening, right? It's Las Vegas. It's a soft opening.
It's a soft opening. Yes, there is the MSP Forum show, and sure, it's an interesting gathering of folks. But then I walk around upstairs like a lot of lost souls here. Like, why am I here so early? What am I supposed to be doing? Why am I here? And then you run into people who are here because they want to be here. And it's that serendipitous moment. Today I had 4 meetings with people who I didn't know, who are all speaking about AI voice or voice AI in different industries. And they came here. They don't know why they're here. They were told They should be here. And I'm grateful I met them. It was new blood for the emerging AI communication industry, as far as I'm concerned. People that are building applications for call centers, for enterprises, who are moving from one discipline to another. And they're here, by the way, not even to find a channel. They're here just to meet people. So I'm saying, hello, I'm Jeff.
Well, Jeff, at this show, this is it is a technology show, but this is also a business show. This is about partnership, alliance. It's about customers. It's about support and so on. So I've got to ask the question. Let's start with the AI. Are you seeing that channel partners and MSPs are now able to actually monetize AI? Is that happening?
What I've noticed, and this is a carry forward from last time I was in Vegas when I was at Enterprise Connect, it seems that every vendor speaks AI. Are they monetizing AI? I don't know. I would suspect not. I believe it is a thing that is happening around us. It's something where people want to brand themselves. This kind of reminds me of the coming of age of the .com era, where for a moment in time, everybody was a .com. But reality check, I'm still Pulver.com. I started Pulver.com in 1994. If you type in Pulver.com, you'll still find me. I didn't go anywhere. And I think for a lot of folks here, AI is trendy. It's going to be here.
Sounds good.
It sounds really good. It's great for the brand. But do they really appreciate what it can do? I hope so. I believe that we're actually seeing a new industry unfold in front of us. And that's the nuance here, that there's a new communication layer that's being built, which in my opinion is going to be the AI communication layer. And that's just different. There's less noise. The signal to noise ratio is different. We're now able to capture conversations as memories. We're able to deploy compliance, which manages the truth. And we're able to better understand those signals that are coming in. That's a different world. Are the MSPs today doing that? No. Okay, I'm wrong. There are a few. But are they really doing it? I don't think so. I think we're in the early stages. Someone I just spoke to said this is really the first inning, if you play baseball, of where it's at. I think we're still in the minor leagues. It's not even spring training yet. We're just getting started. What happens next is going to be up to the people of multiple generations to figure out. And that is a good sign. Yes, I'm finding people my age, friends. And I'm also seeing people that are clearly in their 20s, fresh out of college, also walking around here with their dreams. I am most encouraged by that. This is an inclusive gathering of folks, people from different parts of the world. They made it to Vegas. Dreams are happening. But the MSPs and AI, I don't know. Some of the other applications adding value, I do think there's great value. And I think some of those great applications need to come to channel partners to find those channels to sell through, to build those relationships, to build those partnerships. This is a great place for that. And for me personally, it's a great chance to reconnect with people and meet friends of friends and see where things are at. I mean, a part of me, I have to say, I'm just a protocol. That's a vCon. The vCon is a protocol. Yes, we're an emerging protocol. We're proud that 2026 should be the year of the RFC. I hope, I please, maybe that the vCon, the virtualized conversation RFC comes out in 26. If not, it'll be 27. But we're seeing people leveraging. I'm getting messages on LinkedIn from people building applications. People I didn't even know are so proud that they're now getting value from using a vCon. So that's a great check mark. What's happening next? We're going to find out. And I'm here as an observer. You know, if I was a sociologist, I'm saying I'm checking this out. Yes, it's another podcast, another conference, another day. You know, my other imaginary podcast I call Another Day, Another Diner, because I happen to love diners, and I always thought it'd be really cool to do a podcast from a diner. But this is the next best thing, Doug. We're here at the show, and I'm looking forward to who I meet tomorrow. Today though, I'm being here today validates, verify why I came. It's to meet the new voices, the new people in our emerging ecosystem.
You know, this is as we roll through these spring events, there are watchers and listeners that we always have, but each one comes with new people. We're going to probably talk to a lot of channel partners and MSPs with this little video that maybe still haven't heard about vCon. What's vCon? And if I'm a channel partner or an MSP, can I actually make money with this? With vCon?
Well, the answer is yes. vCon stands for Virtualized Conversation. It's an emerging RFC coming from the Internet Engineering Task Force. If you want to learn a lot more about vCons, you can go to the IETF mailing list. If you go to conserver.io, you can find a wealth of information. There's a GitHub of source code. I write the Pulver vCon report. If you go to thejeffpulver.substack.com, you'll find my stuff. But in the end, we're an ecosystem that's growing. There are people who are building the hardware behind the vCons, people building the applications behind the vCons, people that are deploying, people that are doing all sorts of things that people didn't even recognize are possible. There is an emerging ecosystem out there. There are at least 30 different companies that I know of that are playing in this space, both in Europe and the US. I'm sure there are many more that I just don't know about. What is a vCon? A vCon is a JSON file format. If you're not technical, it's a file structure. Call it a container. It's a way to capture conversations that are wrapped together and you go from one place to another. If you for an analogy's sake only, you can, encapsulation comes to mind. So that if you're older enough, I'll say old like me, but if you're from a generation which you used a cassette tape recorder and maybe you had your favorite song on cassette and use that as a baseline, you recorded a song. If you found the MP3 for that, the MP3 has that song, but also knows the name of the artist. It also knows its duration. It knows when it came out. It has copyright. It knows so much more details because that data is contained or encapsulated in the MP3. So as much as what MP3s were to cassette recordings, vCons are to conversations. And having that standard for a conversation allows that information to be then analyzed by multiple LLMs, large language models, which is very meaningful. It means that conversations are now portable. You no longer are tied to a proprietary standard. And so what we're talking about ultimately is the liberation of the conversation from one vendor to a multi-vendor environment. It means in the world of AI, the ability for conversations to be shared freely across the internet, in a compliant manner if needed, but also that we can have multiple vendors come together to solve a problem. And it's a breakthrough technology that allows things that were never before practical or possible to be enabled. All comes from just the protocol. So that's the vCon. If you're interested, if you happen to be interested in AI and communications, check out what a vCon can do. It might change your life. It could certainly change your business.
Jeff, I want to thank you for joining me briefly today. Of course, for everybody who's here at the show, you're going to see Jeff hanging about over here, pacing back and forth, making big deals on the phone as he goes, but thinking big thoughts. That's it. There you go. That's right. That's what you're going to see. We're going to document it all here. It'll be on camera. And if you guys want to find us, we're on Podcast Zone. It's right off the escalators. Easy to find by the pink rotating sign. That's what everyone's saying. But for now, Jeff, thank you very much for joining me. Check out the vCon Foundation. Learn more about vCon. Thank you very much indeed, Jeff.
Thank you, Doug.